Hey everybody, welcome to the June 3rd, 2025 live Zoom call. I'm gonna name these things training and coaching calls from now on. Um, we have Monica, Jessica, Cassandra, and Janelle. Monica and Janelle are from California. Jessica's from Iowa City. Yeah, Iowa. And then Cassandra is from Colorado. No, Kansas. I believe Cassandra's from Kansas. And then we have Arlene joining right now. I want to tell you guys real quick about a study that just came out, and it confirms something that you're already hearing everywhere else. But it's really good to know. There was a 60-day study done, and they had took 135 obese people that were not exercising. So 135 people. And what they did is they broke those 135 people up in three groups. One group had a high protein diet. So 30% of the calories coming from protein, which is basically that's what I put all of you guys on, which is pretty balanced. Now, that's a 30% of your calories coming from protein. The other group was only doing calorie restrictions. So the 30% protein group, they were on a caloric deficit. The second group was on just a caloric deficit. And then the third group was on a caloric deficit, but was also intermittent fasting. So here you have three groups. You got one group that's high protein, 30% protein on a caloric deficit. Second group is only on a caloric deficit. And the third group is intermittent fasting on a caloric deficit. So they all had similar caloric deficits. I know I keep repeating that, but that's really important. Now, what happened was the high protein group lost more weight, 15 pounds versus 12 pounds versus 11 pounds. High protein group lost more fat, 13 pounds versus 9 pounds versus 8 pounds. That's a lot. That's huge. 4 pounds of fat in 60 days, more just by hitting more protein. That's big. Let me mute Tina real quick. Um, they preserved more muscle. The high protein group only lost 2 pounds. The other two groups lost 2.5 and 3 pounds. They had better blood markers. The triglycerides were better. The glucose, the insulin, all improved more on the high protein diet. And they obviously felt fuller and less hungry. Now, that's obvious. I think everybody kind of knows that by now. Protein takes a long time to digest. So, if you're on a high protein meal plan, then it's just so much quote unquote easier to stick to your caloric deficit because one thing that I want to just drill home with everybody, if you're looking to lose weight, even if you're not really looking to lose weight, like Tina or maybe Janelle, like you just want to get some definition, you always want to stay on somewhat of a caloric deficit. You always want to show somewhat of a restraint in you eating. So if you have food in front of you and you have these cravings, you feel like you want more, showing that restraint every single day not only keeps your digestion clean, it's good for your liver health, but obviously it ensures that you never gain any fat. But it also keeps your body guessing and it keeps your body looking for nutrients. If you're burning, let's just say 2,000 calories a day, and you're always eating 1,900 calories, then your body will absorb every single calorie that you put in. So if you have that 100 calorie deficit, even if you're already happy with your weight, but you're still on 100 or even just a 50 calorie deficit, every single calorie, every single nutrient that put down your stomach, your body is going to be so much more efficient in taking the nutrients from that food. Now, if you compare that to obese people or just with all due respect, the average American, they overeat. I was at last Sunday, I went to a restaurant, and those that know me, you're going to be shocked that I went to this restaurant. I went to Longhorn Steakhouse, and I honestly don't even know. The only reason I went is because I was like, I've never been there. I got to experience it. What if it's really good? And here's the deal, and this is going to be politically incorrect, all that stuff, praise the Lord and all that. But uh, I was waiting for a table, and there was this obese woman in front of us, and very nice lady. Here in Arkansas, everybody's nice. Um, and she came. I started talking to her. I said, "Oh, how's this restaurant? What do you like to order here?" And she said, "Oh, the Brussels sprouts are amazing." Ugh. So I know this is really wrong, but if an obese person is saying that the Brussels sprouts is amazing, then in my head, I just instantly think, oh my goodness, what are they putting over the Brussels sprouts to make them taste amazing? Because Brussels sprouts do not taste amazing if they're just plain. So anyway, then I got the menu and I looked at the Brussels sprouts and it had freaking butter and sugar all over it. It was like a 400 calories side serving of Brussels sprouts. Now, the why am I saying this? Because the system is designed to make you fail. If you right now go to any restaurant in your areas, I know where all y'all's live, you'll fail. It's very, very hard. I went to Longhorn Steakhouse and I still had to watch out. I ordered the strawberry chicken salad, which was whatever. It was okay. I mean, if a salad uses iceberg lettuce and just romaine, it's not a great salad. It needs to use some type of kale or sprouts or something like that. But even the steamed asparagus that I ordered still had butter on them. So those little suckers, those that's extra calories, and that's going to put you over your calories and make you gain weight. Every single day, you got to be on a caloric deficit, even if it's just slightly. Because if you're always showing restraint in your food and you're always on a caloric deficit, then your body will use every single nutrient very wisely. Now, getting back to my point, if you go to that, look at the average American, we eat too much. We go to Longhorn Steakhouse and we order Brussels sprouts and we get 500, 400, 500 calories in. If you're always feeding your body too many calories, which is where a lot of you guys are coming from, then your body is like, oh, well, I'm getting nutrients in surplus. I'm going to be fed for the rest of my life. So it's not going to be as efficient in the nutrients. So what's going to happen is you will eat, let's say, a food, and it's not even going to satisfy you that much. So this is kind of a mindset shift where if you want to lose weight and you want to feel better and you want to this number on the scale to go down, you want to be on a caloric deficit, but you already know that that's basic. But by doing so, you're going to subconsciously and mentally enjoy that food a whole lot more. And it's weird how this works. But when you're on the caloric deficit and you see the number on the scale go down, you start feeling better. You start feeling yourself get smaller. You start looking in the mirror. You start feeling like you look better. Then it almost turns into a game. Like, oh man, I can't wait for this meal that's coming up. You start thinking about it maybe 2 hours before. And then you finally have it. And then every single bite you have is amazing. So I don't want to talk too long, but there is a book out called Happy Money, and it talks about how to deal with your money. And it says that, especially in America, we all think that the more money you have, the more you should spend, the more frivolous you should be in your spending. And that's also kind of what's promoted in popular media, like go get the Lamborghini, go get the big house with a big two vaulted doors and the all the rooms that nobody ever sits in, but it's nice to have. Um, the thing is, the people that are the happiest with their money don't necessarily make the most money. The people who are the happiest with their money use every single dollar. I got my wallet with me right here. They use every single dollar and they enjoy every single dollar that they have. So if they go to, uh, yes, let's just say I can't think of anything else. Earth Cafe or Starbucks. Let's just say Starbucks. Let's just say they like Starbucks, whatever. Yeah. But and they're like, it's $3. Then they look forward to spending that $3, but they feel that $3 coming out, and that's how you want to see your calories. Every single calorie matters. So, um, with that said, here's here's the whole reason why I'm mentioning this study. And for those that joined late, you can just watch the replay and see what I was talking about. But regarding eating protein, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is the goal. Protein naturally creates that caloric deficit because you're full. And protein also, it takes more calories to burn digesting protein. So there's a higher thermic effect. And if you have a hard time hitting your protein targets, which I mean, everybody does, use protein shakes, totally fine. And so one thing I want to mention, which it slipped my mind. Oh yeah. The 1 gram per pound of body weight is the goal, right? Now, I have female clients that are 200 plus pounds. Does that mean you have to eat 200 grams of protein? No. First off, the 1 gram per pound of body weight is your goal body weight. And even if you are 280 pounds, but you want to weigh 140, then the goal is to shoot for 140 grams of protein. But even if you weigh 150 grams, 150 pounds, and you want to weigh 140, then the goal is also to hit 140 grams of protein. So percentage wise, your protein will go up as you lose weight, if that makes sense. So I just thought this was an interesting study. I wanted to share with you guys. And you want to make your protein intake sustainable and enjoyable. So find the proteins you love. With that said, the best protein in the world always will be eggs, whole eggs with the yolks. Doesn't mean you have to eat like 10 yolks a day, but definitely have a couple yolks a day, especially for women. The biotin will keep your skin tight. For men too. It's just that we don't really care that much about it. I mean, us men, women, you guys have like four different shampoos. We got like hand sanitizer. That's what we got. So anyway, but I want to go around the room and real quick. Boop, 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 boop. And Arlene is asking, why didn't you order protein? Oh, the restaurant? I did order protein. I ordered a chicken salad, which, yeah, strawberry chicken salad. Isn't that great? I actually ordered extra protein on the chicken salad. And then also, like, you go to the restaurant like that, right? Longhorn Steakhouse. Here in Hot Springs, they have a hot Texas Roadhouse grill, and then they have all the chains, You go to a restaurant like that, it doesn't matter. You're still going to pay $25 per person. So you might as well go somewhere nice, like or buy the bison meat for at home, buy the grass-fed beef for at home. It's always better. I'm telling you guys, last night I had grass-fed beef here at home from Walmart, organic grass-fed beef. They have that. I had the 90% lean with an organic Japanese white sweet potato. That doesn't even need ketchup. You just eat it and it tastes amazing. So let's go around real quick. Let's share some wins real quick. Does anybody have any wins? I don't know who iPhone 3 is, but um, raise your hand if you want to share some wins. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer because otherwise it's just awkward silence real quick. So share some wins, raise your hand if you want to share some wins or just unmute yourself. I'm going to set a timer for 15 seconds. The timer is running right now. All right, cool. Actually, there we go. Arlene, go ahead. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I ordered a steak shake, salted caramel,
Cool. Did you get it
and
yet?
it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're in California because they're in Sacramento, so you get it within like 1 day or something like that.
Yeah, so that was the win that I made the move from Slave City to Steak Shake. I was kind of apprehensive on
Mm.
what it was going to taste like, but it's pretty good. I like
Yeah.
it. And the
Awesome.
first thing I
Awesome.
thought of making it into an ice cream. That's a great ice cream flavor.
What do you put in it?
I put milk.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
kind of milk?
The one from the organic milk from Costco.
Yeah, the purple box.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's the organic A2 or
Yeah,
D2.
that one.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. It tastes amazing. Do you have a creamy, Arlene?
Not yet. No.
Okay. For those who have, for those who don't know what it is, it's a Ninja Creamy. It's an ice cream maker. Um, I think it's like $160 or something like that. Um, in order of hierarchy for kitchen tools, first off, for those of you that are still a little bit new, don't be afraid to spend money on kitchen gadgets. That is one of the best. I should probably write an email on this, but that's one of the best investments you'll ever make. What's the best money you'll ever spend is kitchen gadgets because, like I said, you're going to go out to eat. You're going to spend $20 on what might be mediocre food. and that's $20 is not even a lot, especially nowadays. I would say getting a Vitamix is the very first priority because there's just so much you can do with it, and a Vitamix will never break down. My Vitamix is literally 15 years old. It's crazy. It still runs. It's like a V8 engine. The Ninja Creamy is an ice cream maker, and what that is you basically make a protein shake. You put it in the Ninja, you let it freeze overnight, and then you put it in the Ninja Creamy, and it turns it into ice cream. And then you can add mix-ins. You can add, bananas and dates, and it's really good. So basically, you're turning your protein shake into an ice cream. I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but it's just cool stuff to look into. If you look at my recipes, some of those use the Ninja Creamy. I think I have three of them because it's hard to make ice cream without the Ninja Creamy. So, um, yeah. Anybody else have any wins?
Not talking myself out of going to the gym, like making myself go.
Awesome. And how are you making yourself go? Like, what's a good tip you would have for others who are going through the same struggle?
I've been writing mine out the night before of like my daily, like what I'm gonna do when. And then like this morning, I didn't want to get out of bed because my cat, and I'm like, you know what? I already said I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go anyways. It only was 20 minutes, but 20 minutes is better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you find a gym in your town?
I did.
That's the one in your local little town, right? Small town, I mean.
Yes.
How's it
Yes,
working
my
out for you?
tiny town. It's good. I've found the good times to go and the really bad times when there's like 30 people in the tiny building.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. But they have all the equipment you need.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Well, hey, that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. That's good. And I see we have Jamie, iPhone 3. I don't recognize you. But does anybody else have any wins they want to share? Monica, I see you thinking. No?
Mike, I do want to recommend this thing. I don't know if you can see it.
What is that? Oh, Magic Bullet. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's easy to clean. It's easy to clean, you know what I mean? So
Um,
that's it.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that's good. I mean, the Vitamix is easy to clean too. But yeah, Magic Bullet is good. It's just a Magic Bullet is really small.
Yeah, it's one serving.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. It's good. Yeah, okay. Thanks for sharing. No, that's all right. Magic Bullet is good. My problem with the Magic Bullet is that when it comes to protein shakes, I think everybody should do this. Milk, protein powder, always add frozen fruit
Yep.
because berries berries are the elixir of life. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. Um, I probably eat a pound of fruit a day. If you eat the real fruit, the whole fruit, you get the fiber in, you get the nutrients, you get so many vitamins in, and it's so good for your brain health too. But with the magic bullet, I'll put that in there, and then the whole magic bullet just explodes. You know what I mean? So if you get the Vitamix, you have more room.
Well, yeah, because you put so much in there, but if you limit the amount,
Yeah,
and you make one shake, it's perfect. But yeah,
if you have nothing, then definitely get the magic bullet. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and
Um,
it's inexpensive too. It's inexpensive. I
yeah,
think it's like less than $50.
yeah, for sure. Janelle, I'm gonna get to your question right now. And Monica, did you want to share a win or?
Okay, so today during our weekly Chick-fil-A, I smuggled in my own chicken taco instead of getting the Chick-fil-A.
Wait, so
I actually got a
today,
pimple. I got a pimple to go with my smuggled in chicken taco. Nice.
wait, hold on. Today during your weekly Chick-fil-A, you smuggled in your own chicken tacos?
Yes. Well, that I made at home, like with the low carb tortilla, my own chicken,
So,
and I got a
okay.
pimple.
You know what? That might be the best win I've ever heard in my whole entire life. So, so you brought in chicken tacos into Chick-fil-A.
Mhm.
I don't know if I should call the police or just be very proud of you. I'm probably going to be very proud of you. That's really good. That's really good. Uh, I mean, I can't, I can only imagine what you smuggle into the movie theaters then. No, that's great. That's great. Hey guys, by the way, brings me a good reminder. Chick-fil-A, some restaurants have this like stigma that they're good. There really isn't much good with Chick-fil-A. The only thing is, yeah, this chicken, it's not that great. They have a really cult-like following, obviously. They're closed on Sunday and all that, but and their drive-through is like Disneyland. Like the way they organize their drive-through is amazing. But yeah, dare I say, even In-N-Out Burger, you can make it better at home. I'm telling you. If you have access to a burger lounge, it really is that much better. But to answer Janelle's question, did I try the mango and pineapple with vanilla protein? I have not. I literally have frozen mango and pineapple. The thing is, I ran out of protein. And I don't want to sound like a victim here or a sad person, but I ordered the protein, but it takes like 5 days to arrive here. So I got like 3 days left. So yeah, I like Arlene, I ordered the Steak Shake protein because once you have a really good tasting protein powder and you go to like a regular one, it makes such a difference because the flavor in your protein shakes, in your, let's say you're making ice cream, your acai bowls really should come mainly from the protein powder. So not yet, but when I do it, I'm gonna show you guys or let you know, you know. Um, any other wins real quick? Cassandra, maybe. We have Janelle, Tina. No, I think I'm looking at her ceiling. No. All right, so let's do this. Before we wrap up, I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Does everybody know what I mean with like a Ninja Creamy? I see some of you guys saying no.
Yes.
Yeah, some of you
And then
guys are
they got the
shaking.
new one too, right?
Yeah, you know what? Let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to show you something. I want to do the whole screen. How do I do that? Okay, cool. You guys see my screen, right? Yeah. All right. So the Ninja Creamy is this thing right here, and they came out with a new one. Ninja Creamy, I have this one, which is damn. I think it got more expensive. $250. Basically, what it does is you put your ice cream in this little pint, and then it turns it into ice cream. Now they have a new one now, the Ninja Creamy Swirl, and it makes soft serve. The reviews on this are not that great. It's $350, and yeah, all it really does is make the soft swirl, and it seems the early reviews are that it's very fragile. Now, the reason I want to show you this website though is because one thing I do recommend, you know what I was saying about buying kitchen appliances? Um, oh man, they have so much stuff now. Where is it? Kitchenware. Waffle makers. The Ninja waffle maker. Wow, they raised their prices. All right. Well, this used to be $70. Now it's $100. You know what? They really raised their prices. Anyway, I have this waffle maker. At first I didn't like it, but I gotta say I use it very often now. It's very easy to make because you mount it from the top and then it's very easy to make because it just comes out always perfect, you know? So if you just know the quantities. Now,
Does it take a half hour to clean?
no, it's super easy
Uh,
because all you have to do is when you open it, you just do it. Now, if you overflow it, then yeah, yeah, you're not gonna be very happy. Um,
Mike, how is that healthy?
this. So what I do is I get 3 eggs and you can get this one at Costco. one of these at Costco. All right, the weather's bad, so my internet's slow. But anyway, it's a Kodiak
It's like
waffle mix. You mix it with 3 eggs, put it in the waffle maker, and here we go. You guys have seen it. You guys have seen this before. Um, this is this is not a good advertisement for my internet speed.
it's all right.
Let's see. Well, anyway, it's what I do is I put 3 whole eggs and I put the waffle mix in there. Then that comes out, the waffle comes out to be like about 300 calories. For you guys, if you want to make it a little less, you can just make half a waffle or just save the rest for later. You put some vanilla extract in there, and yeah, you're gonna get in like 40 grams of protein in a waffle. What I'll do is I'll put some yogurt over it, and then you're good. Um, yeah, other than that, kitchen gadgets. When it comes to air fryers, if you don't have an air fryer yet, it's mostly about just getting the bigger air fryer. Don't get a small air fryer. Also, when it comes to air fryers, do not, you get what you pay for. The mistake I made one time, I was traveling, so I bought like the cheap one at Walmart, which was like $80 or something. But then that Teflon comes off and it gets into your food. It's not a good thing. So try to get a stainless steel air fryer, big basket, because then if you make those sweet potato fries, then it's just easy to make. But yeah, if we're doing scratch, what flour do you recommend? Uh, Monica's asking if we're doing scratch, what flour do you recommend?
Or from scratch, probably.
Like for the waffles, yeah. If we're doing like this batter from scratch.
Oh, great question. So I learned that if you grind oatmeal, you have and it turns into a powder. It's a really good flour. It's oat flour. Um, and yeah, that's what you can do. You can also do regular oat flour, but really any flour is fine. I like the Bob's Red Mill brand, but usually if I do it from scratch, the mix for a waffle is going to be the same as a mix for a pancake. So if I do it from scratch, I'll do something like cottage cheese, banana, eggs, protein powder. And if you mix that all together with a little bit of baking powder, then it comes out just fine. And whenever you're making like waffles and pancakes, it's always a good opportunity with your protein shake too, with your acai bowls, with your kind of like anything where you put stuff together. It's always a good opportunity to add in extra nutrients like maca, cacao nibs, chia seeds. It's all extra fiber. So that stuff right there, goji berries will not only make it taste good, but it just gives you so many more nutrients. And if you want, like, if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about, just go to the recipes. Everybody, you can find your recipes in the app. Literally, just go to your app on the home screen. It says recipes right there. Just hit it, and it'll take you straight to the recipes. And go to the acai bowl recipe because that has all the cacao nibs and the chia seeds and all that stuff. What you want or what I recommend. So yeah, cool. Does anybody have any questions at all? Anything that they're struggling with? Anything that they need help with?
Hey, Mike, while I have you on the phone, did Mary Lou Garcia reach out to you?
No.
Okay.
Was she supposed to call me or email me?
I'm not sure what she's gonna do. I'll follow up with her. I gave her your number for the I don't not modified exercises, but just to let you know like what exercises I should stay away from probably. And
Okay.
do
Is that
different
your physical therapist or?
yeah, doctor.
Oh,
Chiropractor,
okay.
sports doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can give her my number.
Yeah, she has it.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow up with her and see when she's gonna get to you.
Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, let me know. I get so many, just like you guys, I get so many spam calls, even from California numbers, and yeah. Anyway, um, anybody else? Anybody else have any questions? Nope, nope, nope.
Mike, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you're working out, lifting weights, and you sweat. When you're sweating, is that are you losing weight or are you just losing sweat?
No, you're just losing water. I mean, you're losing weight, but it's you drink a glass of water, you gain it right back. So no. Uh, if you see people in a sweatsuit in a sauna, that's usually because they need to make weight. They need to get rid of every single pound of water weight or gram of water weight that they have on their body. That's usually pro fighters that need to make weight for a certain fight or for a bout. Um, but weight loss comes from being in a caloric deficit and your fat cells shrinking. And when your fat cells shrink, what's inside your fat cells, all the toxins and all that, that gets excreted. That's why it's very important to drink a lot of water because when those fat cells, when you basically are on a caloric deficit, your body will start using fuel from your fat cells. So your fat cells will excrete some energy, your body uses that, and then your body excretes it. Uh, that's how you lose weight. You don't lose weight by sweating. No, I mean you technically you lose weight, but you will lose water weight by sweating, so you gain it right back. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And some people sweat more than others. If I take um um theanine with a good pre-workout, then I'll sweat more than if I just take a little bit of caffeine. And it also kind of depends on the type of workout, obviously how hot it is and all that, but it could also be what you ate the previous day. But yeah, sweat is usually not an indication of a good workout. Neither is soreness. Um, the number one thing is just staying consistent because even if you start working out and you're sweating all the time, eventually you'll stop sweating because your body adapts to it. Your body will always adapt to what you're doing, always. Even if you sit in a chair all day, your body will adapt to that. So, at first, if you sweat a lot, cool. You're probably going to stop sweating at a certain point. That's only normal. But yeah. But I do get, sweating does kind of make you feel like, yeah, I'm doing something. And that's good. That's great. Nothing wrong with that.
I
Well,
have another question, Mike, if nobody
yeah.
else
Yeah.
doesn't have a question. Okay. When you're doing an exercise, let's just say something to work your lats. So you're kneeled down on a bench and you're doing that. Okay, and you're doing that for your lats or for your back. And while you're doing the exercise, you're not feeling it. Like they say, you should feel it right there in your lats. But you're doing it and you got the trainer, but you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be feeling it? You
You're
lift
talking
heavy
about
more weights?
where you're basically facing the ceiling and you have the dumbbell going above your head or behind you.
Basically anything,
Yeah.
any exercise.
Okay. Well, it could be multiple things. It's probably mind muscle connection, not thinking about the muscle. But for instance, on like that dumbbell pullover movement, it could be something as simple as keeping your elbows straight. So if you keep your elbows 100% straight, you will feel it instantly. Whereas if you keep your elbows slightly bent, you will lose like 80% of the feel. Could be that, could be your form, but it can also be that it's just not heavy enough,
Okay.
you know? If you're not warm, if we all right now, we take a bus and we go to Big Five or a sporting goods store and we all pick up dumbbells, we're all going to feel it. We're all going to be like, damn, these dumbbells are heavy. But if we first do a warm up, we take some pre workout, we do a good mobility session, and we go do some warm ups, do some push ups, and then we pick up those dumbbells, we'd be like, ah, this is super light. So if you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling it, always ask the trainer, am I doing this right? That's always a good way to go. Um, but from my experience from training people in person, a lot of times, I'll get somebody to do everything perfect. And then I turn around and then they just go back to their old ways. So it's whenever you're not feeling it and the trainer tells you to do it in a new way, it's very hard to keep doing it in that new way. So you want to be very mindful of that. But yeah, basically just use the trainer that you have. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It was really good to see some of you guys. I haven't seen you in a while. Jessica, well, Jessica, I know you're doing good. Cassandra, I hope you're doing great. Reach out to me if you need help with anything. Jamie, it was nice seeing you. Jose is always here. Good to see you. Monica, let me know if you need anything, Monica and Janelle. I promise as soon as I get the vanilla protein pod, I'm gonna make that ice cream. Arlene, awesome job on getting started. And Tina, always nice to see you for a little bit. All right, cool. Have a good night, guys, and reach out if you need anything. All right, we'll see you guys.